Alrighty. Hopefully that's all set up right. Tried something a little different this time, getting everything set up. Let me double check real fast just to make sure. Alright. So we're going to pick up where we left off on our challenge mode from the last time. Eventually people will find their way in here. Hopefully. Let's pause this real quick for a second. Just have to kind of remember where we were at. We started this park a couple days ago. So these guys are all tranked. They're not going to be very happy because we don't have enough of them in there anyways. But that'll be alright. So we did finally get the feeders. That was one of the last things that we did. So the rest of this park should be fairly easy, actually. So we have our scientists resting up. No more bracken poisoning. These guys are being hunted down.
En route to collect the assets.
Just like I figured they would be.
Assets in the air.
Hey, Virtual, how you doing today? No longer have to deal with trying to keep up on these things, which is going to be really nice. So the rest of this park should be fairly straightforward to beat. Still got a pretty good amount of room left. Once the rest of these Struthi all get eaten up, then that'll be less stuff we have to deal with, so. Let's go ahead and take a look at our researches here. So we already have the Megalosaurus. We don't need those guys. So really, my biggest thing is I want to get to this Suchomimus. Suchomimus is extremely, extremely good. So let's get Baryonyx next. Get them working on him. Or her, I guess. All the dinosaurs are all females, right? I always thought that was a weird thing in the movie. I don't know if they ever explained why they made them all females. But, you would think if they wanted to make sure that they couldn't reproduce that they would have made them males. I mean, I guess in the end it doesn't matter because they were able to switch their gender. Some amphibians are able to do that.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Alright, so we're going to get the Baryonyx going, and we'll be able to put them in an enclosure. And actually, Baryonyx and Suchomimus can go in the same enclosure. So, makes things pretty easy. And we're going to make that a fairly large enclosure, because that's going to be like a huge attraction for our park. Suchomimus give a ton of rating for the space that they're used for. They cost a little bit more, but money isn't an issue.
Asset transportation in progress.
Okay. So, let's fast forward for a second here. Alright. And now we're able to do some digs for Baryonyx. Should be over here. Yep. So let's send them out on the way. So our par time is 13 hours. We're currently at 3 hours. My fastest completion of this so far was 8, but I've only completed it once. So we'll see We'll see how this ends up turning out. I got the feeling we're going to end up completing it way faster than that 8-hour time. I guess in the meantime, I guarantee these guys have way more space than they need. Yeah. So we could get some more Metriacanthosaurus in here. So we'll do the cheaper synthesis and send this person out. Start filling in some of these enclosures a bit more now that we have the feeders. We don't have to worry about them eating too many Struthies. Majungasaurus. We might be able to get... We would potentially be able to get like 1 or 2 more. But it's going to be pushing it. They're right on the limit for their area. So I think we'll leave that one as it is. Ceratosaurus. Ceratosaurus we could put more in. And then Carnotaurus, we would have to wait for them to do a status check on it. So at some point we'll be able to check that. And then let's see here, Megalosaurus. Kind of right on the limit as well. So we have 4 of them in there. It's pretty solid. Speed up time real fast. Alright, and then let's see here. So we can sell those for a little extra money. Send them to extract, and then we'll have to come back out for another dig. There we go. Let's see here. I'd prefer for them not to sit there and attack the ranger teams the entire time, so we can just go with these 2. So yeah, we'll add 2 more Metriacanthosaurus in here into this enclosure, which will bring us up to 5. And yeah, the Baryonyx and Suchomimus we're going to put back in here. And we're going to use this entire space for them. So I can go ahead. I'll start making a fence. So we're just going to take this straight across here. Looks like another Struthiomimus must have gotten hunted down. Yeah, there we go. It's a fairly large enclosure, but like I said, these things are really, really good. So the more we can get in our park, the better off we are. Oh, look at this. $640,000. Nice. Still have another 12 seconds left before these guys are done. There we go. So we'll send those out. And then in the meantime, we can go ahead and start to adjust the environment a little bit here. So we know they're not really going to need... Actually, they do need trees. But we know they're going to need a lot of water, so... That ought to do it. And then we can put, I don't know, like another enclosure. We can put another enclosure here. And then we need to leave this space open so that way we can run a path and a monorail up this direction. We got these Metriacanthosaurus ready. So let's go ahead and release these back into here.
Collecting asset.
Pick up our dead Struthy here so it gets rid of that
Heading to collect
notification.
asset.
I might have messed up by putting the water a little too close. I'm going to have to delete a little bit. There we go.
Asset has been collected.
There. Alright. So our fossils were extracted. That's not going to get us up to 100%. Let's go ahead and do another dig for this guy. Like to try to get him to 100% if I can. And then once these get over here, we just need to make sure that everybody's happy in their enclosures. Path not connected. Yeah, I'm aware.
Delivery complete.
So then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start to like pre-construct some of this a little bit.
You keep improving the park, and that's a bonus for us all, including me. And you, of course.
There we go. And then we can get, like I said, we can get a nice enclosure in here. With, we might even be able to get 2 enclosures in this area. We'll just have to see how it ends up working out. Could potentially put 1 on each side. But we just have to make sure we leave enough space for, all the shops and everything. Alright, these guys are missing... They need more prey, which we can solve. So there's that. They need a bit more water. Oops, wrong one. And then they need more open space so we can get rid of some of these, some of this forest here. In fact, if we put more water, we could get a couple more of these in here. So now when you look at this, this is at 100%. They got more area than they need. They got more water than they need. Their prey is good. They got a bit more open space. Yeah, we could get 1, maybe 2 more in here. There we go. And then that'll finish off our baryonyx. I know it popped up saying that we had other species available too. We could potentially make an enclosure with compies and maybe like a velociraptor or something in it. I don't typically do raptors if I don't have to, just because they can be a bit of a pain. Trudon are decent as well, and Deinonychus as well. So I try not to do the small dinosaurs if I don't have to. Appa, what are you doing? What'd you find? A bug. Hang on. My puppy found a bug, No, don't eat it. There. Took care of the bugs. You'll stop scratching at the window like a crazy person. Alright. Back to this. Alright, so, yeah, Coelophysis doesn't do very well with the compies. I've tried that before. And then let's see here. What other dinosaur species do we have available? Changosaurus and Cryolophosaurus. So Changosaurus does fairly decent. Not quite as good as Suchomimus, but it does pretty well. And then let's see here. We could unlock the Homalocephalae, which would be another species in the park. I never use the birds because they're pretty bad. The aquatics take too much space for this map. Just trying to get rid of some of these notifications here. They kind of drive me crazy. Alright, don't need any of those. There's no reason to do any gene modifying on this one. Basically, gene modifying in challenge mode is just kind of pointless most of the time. As far as amenities go, the large amenities sometimes are useful, sometimes not. Just depends on how your park's laid out. Usually I don't use them. The large substation and all that. So, yeah, right now we don't need to research anything except for the dinosaur species, because that's really what it's going to come down to, is just getting more species in the park. I guarantee you that's what's holding us back right now. Our appeal is only at 37%. We only have 6 out of 20 total species that we would be shooting for. Our guest appeal, or guest comfort, is not quite where we need it to be, but we'll get it there eventually. One of the issues with this map is you can only put so many shelters, so you have to be careful with how your park's laid out because of those shelters. Now to get more species in the park, I could put like a couple small exhibits here with like Troodons or like those Coelophysis. They're pretty cheap. You could put a bunch of them in there. Just trying to plan out how I'm going to end up having enough appeal while I'm waiting on this dig team to come back. There we go. Well, it was it wasn't a dig team, it was something else. They were extracting the fossils. Alright, here we go. So, this will be baryonyx. Cheaper synthesis, that way it saves us a little bit of money. Not that money's a huge issue for us right now, but it's always good to save a little money where you can, both in this game and in real life. I figured that was going to get blocked. Just need to double check that didn't take up any space. You have to watch out for that. If you're right on the fence and about taking up too much space, we don't want this to have water needs. That would be really bad. If you're right on the fence about taking up too much space and you put something like a pylon in the enclosure, it will take up a tiny bit of space, so it might push you over that limit. So you gotta watch out for that. Alright, I need to research the piscivore feeder. Oh yeah, you have to release one first. And I have 2 scientists that need rested. Might as well rest that person and that one as well. And then let's see, are there any decent scientists available? A genetics expert. Cheaper expeditions. Cheaper research cost. Honestly, this person might be decent because they have cheaper research and they have pretty good genetics. So let's go ahead and nab this person. Yeah, and then what I'm thinking here, I'm gonna kind of grid up this this area over here a little bit. So now we can put an enclosure right here, and we can put an enclosure right here. Alright, so that's a little trick you can do right there. I clicked to tell it to release somebody, but I didn't actually release them. And so what's going to happen from that is now I can research the piscivore feeder without actually releasing the Suchomimus, the baryonyx. So don't even have to worry about the baryonyx getting upset. Hey, how's it going? Is that a Devidut? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hopefully I pronounced that right. It's not worth the extra 30 Not worth the extra 30 seconds. And then let's see here. Alright, tuberculosis is taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and start to release these now, because that feeder will pretty much be done by the time all these get released. Yeah, I'll put a pack of like 3 of them in here. So now we got the piscivore feeder,
Asset being transported.
aka the fish feeder. We're gonna need like 3 of them because there's gonna be a lot of dinosaurs in this enclosure. Let's put a gate, and then we need to put one of these. Assign a ranger team to that. All right, and then we'll have some baryonyx coming in, and then like I said, we'll make another enclosure here, and we'll make either 1 or 2 enclosures here. We could potentially put some like small dinosaurs in an enclosure here. Might be able to do like Changosaurus right here.
Okay, this is amazing. A baryonyx. These animals have very large claws on their first digit. This dinosaur also likes water, so take a moment to consider its needs when planning out a suitable habitat for it. The baryonyx was originally thought to be a scavenger, but now, with live animals to study, we can find out for sure.
Commencing asset transit.
So these things like rock.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Which I'm pretty sure the Suchomimus like as well, so once they spread out a bit, they'll find what they're looking for. There's another rock there that they haven't quite covered yet. There they go. And then obviously there's plenty of forest. They need to just expand their territory large enough to see it. Alright, what do we have injured?
Asset has been delivered. En route to pick up the asset.
Let's get that healed. Now, I'm not going to go crazy with these baryonyx. I know I could put a bunch more in this enclosure, but I'm going to save the space for the Suchomimus because the Suchomimus is better. But having 3 of these things in here will be decent for now. Apparently they need a tad bit more rock. There it goes, okay. So now let's see if we can start to research towards the Suchomimus. We're at 3.5 hours and we're actually starting to get into a really good spot here. Alright, so there we go. So that'll unlock Chanjiaosaurus for us, which we can use. And then let's see if we can make it to where we can train our staff up even more, because we're probably going to end up needing it. There we go. So we'll take care of that as well. We have the income. We just need to make sure that we are covering all of our other bases there. This challenge mode park is actually, in my opinion, once you get going, it's actually one of the easier ones. The beginning of this park is difficult because getting to 2.5 stars can be a little bit of a challenge when you don't have the feeders. But once you understand how to do that, and navigate that whole issue, this whole park isn't too bad. You just have to be careful of your space, and that's one thing that people mess up on a bunch. Is they go for the big dinosaurs like the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor, and unfortunately those dinosaurs just aren't going to work for you on this map. They take up too much space and don't give enough rating. So I think let's see here. I think they give like 1,800. I don't even know if you can see it in this. No, you can't. But they give like 12 to 1,800 rating or something like that. I don't remember the exact amount, but to put it in perspective here, each one of these Majungasaurus are 300, and we have, let's see here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 of them in here, so these are 1,200, and they're taking up this tiny little space right there. I think you might be able to check in here, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, you can check right here. So Indominus Rex gives you 1,850 for rating, or for appeal. So does Indoraptor. Tyrannosaurus Rex gives you 1,200. But if you look right here, this Suchomimus gives you 600. And I guarantee you, looking at the size of this enclosure I made, we're probably going to be able to fit 10 Suchomimus in here, would be my hope. If we can't fit 10, then I'll expand it and make it even bigger. It's insane how much you can fit into these enclosures when you use the right dinosaurs. For instance, right here, Metriacanthosaurus, we could actually fit maybe 2 more in this enclosure. We currently have, let's see here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We currently have 5 in this enclosure. Each of them gives us 500, so that's 2,500. So this enclosure right here actually gives more than what an Indominus would give you. And to be fair, this enclosure might not even be big enough for a single Indominus. And you definitely wouldn't be able to get 2 in there, so. Unlike Sandbox and everything, I recommend people use whatever dinosaurs they want. But on challenge mode, if you actually want to win, you can't exactly just use whatever you want. Okay, so here's going to be an issue. We need 5 more genetics. And we're going to need 2 more total logistics. Hey Brian, how's it going? So, cheaper research. I'll give both genetics to her. Altruistic salary. She already has 5, so let's go ahead and just pump this up to 7. Now let's take a look. All right, it's saying that we would have what we need. So 7, 6. Oh, we can put 4 scientists on this. Okay. 4. And let's do this one. Okay. So we had what we needed. So Suchomimus is being researched. That's going to absolutely make our park rating explode. Once we start getting these Suchomimus going, I mean, that's going to be it's going to be huge for our park. You guys can't hear me, right? I guess I didn't check to make sure that my audio was working. Okay, I can't hear myself. Just had to double check. Would have felt awfully silly if I was sitting here this whole time talking to myself. Suchomimus is your second favorite dinosaur? Nice. What's your favorite?
Asset collection request received.
Let's fast forward time for a minute. We're at 3.5 hours. I suppose we could send some out for Changalsaurus, because we could end up using that. Yeah, we'll lose the 250,000. I'm not making that take 3 times as long. Absolutely not. Your favorite is Baryonyx? Nice. Yeah, we have Baryonyx in here as well, so. Although you can't see very well because it's dark out, but. Yeah, we have 3 Baryonyx in here. We're going to put a crapload of Suchomimus in here as well. They actually go really good together.
Asset transportation complete.
Makes for one heck of an exhibit. Okay, so Suchomimus is researched. So let's see. There might be some other stuff that we need, because I just realized we're probably going to need a wider path. Because that wide path might not end up being enough. If this enclosure is going to be really popular, which I know for a fact it will be, it's going to create some traffic jams, basically. We're also going to have to make sure we save space for a monorail over to here. So that might end up being what I put right here as the monorail. Now I could put shops along here, which is why I saved some space. Maybe a hotel in this corner. And then, yeah, this area should be enough for at least a couple Changalsaurus. And then we can put something in here. You like the fish eaters? Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good in this game, actually. They're really solid. I did a bunch of testing a while back, and I found that they're actually some of the best dinosaurs to use. Bit on the expensive side, but when it comes down to it, a lot of the parks, you run into more issues with space than you do money. So, let's see. I have a... Let's get that put on there. I forgot that I could put upgrades on these things. We need to do that because it'll be way more efficient that way. There we go. Do we have anything for this? Nope. Okay. And then I'm going to take a guess that our guest comfort stuff went down. Yeah. So we need shelter coverage and then a little bit more restroom coverage and all that. Because I'm guessing basically because this enclosure, I put this new enclosure. Yeah, so The shelter coverage, restroom, transport. Yeah, just like I thought. And then the amenity cover. So we're going to need all of the new stuff down here. The new dino pin for the Packy? What Packy? Why does this randomize where this is at each time? If it would just keep it in the same order, it'd be way more efficient for me. Packy. I don't have one of those on this map. Okay. My scientist needs rested. Guess that's a good chance to rest a couple of these too, so there we go. Yeah, this enclosure right here is going to be for Suchomimus, and there's going to be a bunch in there, so that's why it's so big. The more dinosaurs you put into a single enclosure, the more space it ends up taking. So I made this extra big because these things are really, really efficient. One of the best dinosaurs to use in the game, actually, in my opinion.
Asset has been collected.
So, let's see here. Fossil extraction complete. Let's go ahead and extract these ones. Yeah, let's go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and replace this contract, too. Because,
I wouldn't trust this next objective.
We're not going to end up finishing that one.
Well, maybe Owen Grady.
Keep your dinosaurs disease-free. That'll be really easy.
But you should be able to handle this on your own.
So we just have to keep our dinosaurs disease-free for 5 minutes.
What's the point of having dinosaurs if we can't keep them healthy and disease-free? I'm not really asking. You and I both know the answer.
Alright, so we're extracting these fossils. Our scientists are rested up now, so let's go ahead and do that. Man, those $500,000 dig expeditions. And that's with the perk on to where it takes less money. So I have this right here, where it's 25% cheaper to do expeditions, and it's still costing $500,000. So, all right. So let's see here. One of the things I was gonna do, fossil extraction complete. Yep, they can sit there and wait. We need to get more shops. We need to get another shelter. So let's get this put here. We might end up needing another hotel at some point. So let's put this right there. We know we're going to need more shops and everything, so let's do these. At some point, I might swap these out for large ones, just depends. Really? You couldn't let me put that there, could you? We'll just put it there. We must be running out of power again. I think we're going to need another power station. Power usage 60 out of 60 and 60 out of 60. Yeah, we're going to need another power station. That's fine. For now, we can deal with it. And then, as per usual, I like to pause this when I'm going through to do these. So it makes it easier to see. So, let's see, 2,500, 35. 35 is the highest, so we'll do that one. 4,000, 5,000. So it looked like 5,700 was the highest one. Yep. And then is there any higher? 6,400? There's a few that do 6,400. We'll do that one. And then let's see here. 426. This one's 21. And then 31, 42, 43, 49. So there's two 49s. So 88. There's a 10,000 right there. 11,000. Looks like 11,000 is the most, so we'll do that. Just got to make sure you configure these right. It's kind of tedious, but it makes you a lot of extra money if you do this. And it's actually really important to getting 5 stars. So 5,400, 62, 74, here we go. 87, 90, 99. Yep, there we go. All right. So now if you see on the bottom right, it says reach a park rating of 5 stars, and you can see we're at 2.9. If you give that a second to update, it'll, yeah, see, it's already going up to, it's up to 3. As far as let's see here, it's up, nope. Have to remember where the stinking monorail is. There it is. So you can see that it's green over here, so it's not really all that needed over there. So let's put it right here. And then we're gonna loop this around this way. Try to save some space this way. Alright, and then a trick that I like to do here is your monorail will go offline if you connect these two until it gets finished. So instead of letting my park rating drop while that's being made, because you can see it's like going like one piece at a time here, I like to construct it until it's almost finished and then just connect the last piece at the last second. So that way my park rating doesn't drop. And then the next thing we need to do too is we need to get more power. So I have room down here that's not being used for anything. So we can just put that back there out of the way. I put that out, I didn't want to put that right here because we need a path. So put this path back here. There we go. So that's back out of the way. One thing I wish that they had put in this game that would be really nice is like a staff path, because now this is going to be taken into account for like the guests' needs. If there was a staff path that made it to where you could connect these buildings, but the guests wouldn't actually go on it, that would be really, really nice.
Taking care of these animals, it's not just about the dinosaurs. It's about how we evolve ourselves now that they're back. Truth is, we're constantly learning about them, and about us. That objective you just completed adds to our understanding. That can only be a good thing. Thank you.
So yeah, you can see this, this is almost finished now. So now if I come in here and I do this, you'll see our star rating drop for a second because now it's going to shut down our monorail until that's finished, and then it'll jump back up. But it won't take nearly as long. And now if we take a look here, our shelter coverage is a bit weak. We could potentially use more shelters. We need a restroom down here as well. Yeah, so you can see they're complaining about the lack of transport because I had to finish connecting these, but as soon as that opens back up, they'll be fine again. Let's get a restroom built before I forget. which we can probably slide this in here somewhere. I thought I seen it pop up for a second. If not, we can just put it right here. There we go. What's low on health? I'm going to take a guess that thing was stuck again and wasn't eating. So now that it's panicking, though, it'll be fine. Got a little bit distracted. Need to get back to extracting these. And then in the meantime, we can start sending out expeditions for the Suchomimus, which would be right here. So the faster we can start getting those out, the better off we'll be. And then, yeah, let me know what other species you guys might want to see. There's going to be a point where we're going to have to just get a couple species out just to put them out. Because we currently are only at 7 out of 20 species that we would technically need. Our guest comfort could be better. That the shelters become an issue on this map too. So you kind of have to overcome that shelter issue a bit. What's going on with this Struthy? Its health is going down, but it looks like it's fine. I mean, it could use a little bit of water. There, my vets shot it, so that'll heal it a bit. We just gotta wait for these this expedition to come back with these fossils. Fossil extraction complete. Looks like I still have a couple minutes before the next one comes back, so let's go ahead and get those ones extracting just so they're out of our way. We're up to 3.1 stars. We're at 3 hours and 49 minutes. I seen one person in my comments the last time I was streaming this, it was on Wednesday, say that they had beat this in like the 6 hour mark.
Can handle this next objective. Don't
so
prove me wrong.
Now because of that, I want to beat it in under 6 hours. If we do this one, it'll give us 1.2 million. Oh my gosh.
More dinosaurs means more potential problems we have to keep an eye on. Vigilance is the name of the game.
So we need to release 4 Suchomimus into this enclosure. And we'll get $1 million. Holy crap. That's so strong. So 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and release the extra one too because it looks like they might be dying off. Oh, slow down. Where are my shelters? Open all shelters. We'll do that. And release those. Shows I have a dinosaur threat somewhere, right here. Fix that. Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
I care about the results.
So loud.
Glad you feel the same way.
I don't know why this storm is so loud. Holy crap. My ears! Yeah, these guys will be temporarily unhappy because there's more in here than there should be, but I know that they're slowly dying off anyways, so should be fine. Whoa, nope. Alright, storm's almost over. Like, looks like a lot of stuff got damaged. Okay. Storm is over with. Nothing got out. It's all good. Close all shelters. Get everybody back out here.
Transporting asset.
No big deal at all. Keep the money rolling in. And then let's see here. You can sell that. These are all Suchomimus fossils. Now, I think one thing I am going to do... I should probably switch this. Because I'm not going to need to research anything crazy for a bit now. So I'm going to switch this to extraction capacity. And now we'll be able to extract more fossils at once. And then let's send them back out to find more fossils. There. Alright. Now we can unpause that. Yeah, because now at this point, money isn't really a concern. At the beginning, it was a little bit, but not really. It just kind of saved us some money over the long run. But now it's more about we need to get these fossils extracted as fast as we can. So just kind of waiting on everything to get fixed here. What the heck are you doing? It's saying it can't reach back here. Not sure why. Maybe the forest is a bit too thick. Either way. Want to get everything else fixed first, at least. Fine. What's that old saying? If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Guess I have to do this myself. As I proceed to flip this thing on its side. I don't know why these things are so bad about doing that. They're like, but boss, we can't get back there. Yeah, actually, you know what? You're right, you can't get back there. Hang on. And we'll give them a bit more forest back here to replace that forest that we just took away. There. That should fix your problem. Now you should be able to get back there. Oh, come on. There. Stinking game.
Collecting asset.
Alright, another Struthy died of old age. Like I said, these are slowly dying off, but I just put a few more in there, so... Let's see. Our expedition came back. Our fossils are ready to be extracted. And then just in case, we'll send out another expedition here. And then we'll rest our one scientist. Actually, we can rest these ones as well. Just keep up on keeping these scientists rested so that way you can use them. Nothing worse than trying to get something done and then realizing your scientists need rested.
Transportation underway.
Now, one thing I haven't taken a look at here yet is my crowding. Yeah, so crowding is doing all right. There's a little bit of crowding over here for this hotel, it looks like, and the Carnotaurus enclosure, but that'll get solved eventually when people start spreading out over here a bit more. Alright, these fossils were extracted, so we have these ones to do too. How much longer does these have? Yeah, we'll just wait for the rest of these to come back, because we should be able to get it to 100% in one go.
Hey, keep up the good work and check out this new objective when you get a chance.
Okay, so increase your park rating. If it wants us to increase it to 3.5 stars, we would potentially be able to finish that in the 10 minutes. If not, I mean, I guess it's whatever. 4 stars, yeah, we're probably not going to make that in the 10 minutes.
We have competition. Look, it's a raptor eat raptor world now, so we need to do everything we can to get our park rating.
In fact, I know for sure we're not going to make that in the 10 minutes.
That's a measure of our success in paleo entertainment.
Alright, what died now? Another Struthy? Yep. That's fine.
Asset requiring collection.
So this expedition is almost back.
Asset transportation in progress.
Okay, and then there's, like, perfectly the last one that we needed. So that'll get our Suchomimus to 100%. So let's get these extracted. And then let's start getting some Suchomimus made. Another Struthy dead.
Heading to collect the asset.
We'll replace him at some point if we need to. Okay. Suchomimus is ready to go. So, man, it'd be nice if we could get him without that thirsty trait, but they only have a small chance of it. We'll see what happens. And cheaper synthesis. So that's going to save us like 200,000 for having that person with cheaper synthesis.
Commencing asset transit.
So we need them to not have antisocial, and we also need them to not have thirsty. So if we start running into issues of them having that, we can research that trait. I was hoping to avoid it, but if it becomes an issue, we can solve it. Why did we only get one? And of course, it has thirsty. So that one's going to be a no-go. I can foresee this being an issue. So we're just going to go ahead and, even though I just said earlier that I don't really like to use these all that much, we're going to do this one. And then we need this one. It's only going to cost us a minute to get those, but it could save us a lot of time in the long run, because we need these Suchomimus to not have the thirsty trait, because that's going to make them need more water, which means we won't be able to fit as many in an enclosure. And then we also need them to not have the intolerant trait, because if they have that, then they won't like the baryonyx being in there with them. So if we can get rid of both of those negative traits, we can put out these things like crazy. So there's the drought tolerance. And what do we have here? Okay. 2 dinosaurs have cryptosporosis, or cryptospora something. 2 of them are sick, with a big word. Alright, so we need to genetically modify this, so we'll come in here. Gonna get rid of that. And then I picked the wrong one. Dang it. Go. At least this time we know we got the right one. Alright. Let's get these diseases cured up. It's another Struthy, more than likely.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Alright. Got rid of the cryptosporidiosis. Cryptosporidiosis? Is that how you pronounce that? I have to look that up at some point, see if that's how you pronounce it. Just call it crypto, I guess. They got that Bitcoin disease. Alright. So now these guys won't have any chance of having those negative traits. It'll cost us a little bit more for each of them, but they won't have any negative traits. So in the end, it'll end up saving us money, because all the ones that we have to throw out are wasted money. So let's get these incubated. There's no way we're hitting 4 stars in under 2 minutes here, so we're not going to get the bonus for that park rating mission. But I mean, that's fine. It's just a bonus doing that anyways. Great. I did all of that, and then it ended up with the aggressive trait anyways. Dislikes and threatens all other species, which we can't be having that. This one will be fine. So we can at least get this one incubating. And then we'll start getting more here. Or we won't, because we wouldn't have enough. So we need to rest our scientists. These Suchomimus are awesome once you get them out, but they can be a little bit of a pain to get just right. Because you got to deal with them having that aggressive trait. You don't want that either, because then they'll attack these baryonyx. But you do all this planning ahead of time, and you'll save yourself some headaches in the long run. So although it'll take a little bit longer to get these things out, it's going to take you way longer to continue to replace baryonyx all the time than it would be to just make sure you find the right Suchomimus. And then cheaper synthesis. And then these guys actually like sand. I just seen it on their thing. So we're gonna have to replace the rock with sand once we put these in here. So we'll have to update this enclosure a little bit. Not a huge deal. Should be pretty easy to do. We'll just put a few of these bigger rocks in again, and that'll be perfectly fine. Really? I keep getting one with aggressive traits. It's not good. It's down to a little bit of RNG on this. The aggressive trait you can't really get rid of, as far as I know. That one's one that just kind of happens.
Picking up asset.
All right, so this one's ready to be released, but we don't want to release it yet because I think these require so many in an enclosure. Let's double check. Thought it said somewhere. Yeah, minimum population 3. So we will have to make another one.
Underway.
It's all right because we can make one over here. Another Suchomimus down.
En route to pick up the
Not a big
asset.
deal. We can handle that.
Transporting asset.
There we go. So that'll be number 3. Now we're not gonna have the skill set we need yet to hatch that, so we're gonna have to wait. I guess in the meantime we can start to plan out what else we're gonna be doing here, because I mean basically from here we're just gonna be spamming out stuff like crazy. We could potentially train up our staff a bit more, but I honestly don't think we're gonna need it. Are there any other species we could use? I mean, velociraptors, compies. We could potentially get away with putting some smaller species in the park just to fulfill our species requirement. So I guess in the meantime, we will send our dig teams out. What the heck is this? Oh, Cryolophosaurus. Cryolophosaurus isn't very good. I think I'm gonna for sure do compies because they're really easy. I just have to remember where the heck you find them at. There they are. So we'll get some expeditions going for the compies. The compies we can put in with the Carnos. They do really well with the Carnos. I've used that kind of enclosure before and it's done really well. So we can put the compies in there. We might be able to put like Coelophysis in here. So that would be because they're small carnivores. So that would be 2 additional species. And then, let's see. There's already a decent amount of Struthies in here. Would take up pretty much all the space. But we might be able to get away with putting like a... No, I don't think the Homalocephalae can go in with these. Never mind. So this will put the compies at 60%, so we need to do at least one more. Another one of these. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll pay that $100,000. $100,000 to us at this point is pocket change, so. And then we need to go ahead and Get this incubated. We're going to release this one first and transport it over here because it's going to take a while for it to get transported. These ones aren't going to take very long, obviously, because it's a lot less distanced. So we're going to try to get them all three in there at about the same time. So it's going to be a little bit of a timing thing. I think once the helicopter reaches about here, we can start to work on getting that one moved. Is that geese? Was I hearing geese? I mean, that should be a species in itself in this game. Freaking geese, man. Those things are vicious. Alright, so we got a lot of random stuff we can sell here. So that made us a little extra money. Isn't quite going to get us to 100%, but that's alright. I know this one's slightly more expensive, but I got the feeling this game is going to do that whole, like, oh, you tried to cheap out? Well, guess what? You're only going to get to, like, 98%, then you have to do the other one anyways. So, we'll take a gamble here. Video game logic states that I need to spend the extra amount on that. So we're at 4 hours and 19 minutes at this point. I definitely want to try to beat this in around the 6-hour mark if I can. Okay, so this Suchomimus is ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to transport this all the way over here.
The asset.
And once this thing starts getting transported, we'll start working on getting these other ones moved as well.
Transportation under...
Ah, see, I knew it was going to do some silliness like this. So we had to do both of them anyways. Alright, so it's close enough. We'll go ahead and do this one.
Acknowledging asset
And this
collection request. Asset transportation in progress.
So they should all be getting there in pretty rapid succession.
Transportation complete.
This dinosaur has a skull similar to a crocodile's, and a disposition that isn't that far off either. The
So we need to
Suchomimus originally
replace
fed
all
on
this with
fish
sand.
and small prey. Let's make sure it doesn't expand its diet into two-legged animals wearing collector t-shirts.
Just replace all of that with sand. Once they spread out, they'll find that and they'll be happy. And then we need to find the baryonyx, which of course, let's see here. Let's pause it, so that way this thing's, what you call it, doesn't run out. There we go. Alright, so the baryonyx are content now with these rocks that are in here.
Delivery has been completed.
Suchomimus is now happy with its enclosure. These things are so beastly. My gosh. I mean, look at that. I have 3 of them in here now. It hasn't even covered half of the enclosure. And it's got so much more space than it needs. We're going to be able to get so many of these in here. Oh, what the crap. Need to change the order of that. This crypto thing will spread. That minor fracture will be fine on its own for now. Pretty sure we had just gotten rid of crypto, though. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so Compy will be ready now. Let's go ahead and rest up all of our scientists just to make sure that they're ready to go. Because now we're going to be at a point where it's going to be time to just start. We're going to spam out a bunch of these Suchomimus. And then we're going to add in a few more species as well of Compies and Coelophysis. So let's get all of our scientists healed up, or rested up. Get this guy healed up here. Hopefully get rid of crypto in the meantime. There we go. Crypto is taken care of. That guy is good. Nice. Okay. We're coming up on 3.5 stars. Alright. Our scientists are rested, so let's get more Suchomimus going. And I really do intend to spam as many of these as I possibly can. This enclosure is going to be insane. And then, because we got the Compy complete now, let's come over here. And let's get these Compies going. Like I said, Compy is an additional species, so we already have Coelophysis unlocked. We just need to do the digs for it. There. So we got multiple things going at once here, trying to be efficient. I didn't realize how long those were going to take. Okay, there we go. So we got Compies being made. We got another Suchomimus getting ready to come out. It is going to take us a bit to get all these going, because apparently I'm only getting like one at a time, but eventually we'll get there. What are we at? We're at 4 hours and 28 minutes. We have plenty of money, that's for sure. Expedition's complete. Let's see our fossils. Man, we got quite a few, actually. Is there only one location for Coelophysis? I think there is. Yep. So let's get that going again. Just keeping everything going as much as we can with this scientist system in the game. Alright, Compies are ready to release. So we're going to put them in here with these Carnos.
En route to collect the asset. Asset to be collected. Picking up asset.
And then we just need to put a...
Asset in transit.
essentially all we have to do is put a regular feeder.
Commencing asset transit. Asset transported.
The Compsognathus is a small predator, but don't let its stature fool you. It can be a ruthless hunter.
Delivery has been completed. Asset has been collected.
Alright, so we got Compy coming into the park, which is going to be another species, so all of our dinosaurs are going to have slightly more appeal now, because basically that's what it does when you don't have enough species, is it penalizes all the species that you do have, really. Honestly, I'm going to call that close enough. These things, I don't care if they're not at 100%. They're just an additional species in the park.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Let's get another Suchomimus going here. Actually, we'll wait a second. If I wait a second, I'll be able to save a couple 100,000. Because I can get the cheaper synthesis. There we go. And then let's release this into here.
Heading to collect the asset.
Might take a minute as these are being moved. Nope, apparently not. Okay.
Transit has commenced.
And let's double check here with our park rating. Our restroom coverage is good. Our shelter coverage could be better, but we'll fix that at some point. That can be one of the last things we do is figure out the shelters. Because I can pause the game, pause time while I'm working on getting that fixed.
Assets in the air. Transportation underway.
Alright, extraction complete, so Coelophysis or Coelophysis or however the heck you pronounce this is ready. So we'll do that. These things are really cheap. They provide a decent amount of appeal, but oh, we got two, and of course one of them was aggressive. So, one at a time again.
Set transported. Confirming asset delivery.
This is Suchomimus number 4. Absolutely plenty of space. Perfectly happy where it's at. In fact, I can see what's going to be the issue here. Eventually we're going to need to put more forest. Not a problem. Yeah, gain 1 million, lose Coelophysis egg, which is actually going to be the way to go here. So we're going to need to put a regular feeder in here as well. I've never actually tested this to see if these two work together, but I guess we'll find out. Kind of put them over here in this corner. That way they have access to the water as well. Oh. So we're getting a snowstorm this time. Which it looks like all of my vehicles are out of these enclosures anyways. This snowstorm will slow down your vehicles. And it makes it to where you can't see your dinosaurs. As you can see, they all just disappeared. I think I'm going to go back into this screen so it's not so stinking loud. We'll probably end up with at least one dinosaur having frostbite or something along those lines.
Heading to pick up the asset. En route to pick up the asset. Asset collection request received. Understood.
Okay. So we got the Coelophysis coming out.
Asset in transit.
This Suchomimus is being made. We might be able to get another one synthesizing here. Try to stay on top of that. These storms do last a while. It's the problem with these snowstorms.
Asset has been transported.
And as soon as I say that, it actually ended.
This dinosaur is one of the earliest known animals, dating back to perhaps 216 million years ago. It's called Coelophysis. Their remains can be found scattered across the globe. But if people want to see a Coelophysis up close, this is the only place to do it.
Well, that's a problem. It doesn't like Ceratosaurus. So we need to adjust this.
Asset transportation complete. Asset transportation in progress.
Yeah, it was worth a try. But we'll have to make a separate enclosure for these guys. They're small, but they're counted as like something... I guess they're counted as like a medium carnivore, even though they're small. We'll get that taken care of in a second. Get this moved over here.
Task.
Wow. We finally got 3 and they were all aggressive.
Asset has been delivered.
And of course I put like 9 of them in here, so... Accidentally tranked a Struthy, apparently.
Assets in the air.
Don't worry, Ceratosaurus. I'm taking care of it.
Complete.
Don't you do it. God dang it. Ah, they didn't give me a chance to fix it. Where's the helicopter? It's not the right one. It's this one.
Altering position. Asset in range. ID on the asset. Asset report incoming.
Oh, come on.
Asset transportation underway.
Reassigning roles.
Commencing asset transit.
Let's get all these stinking things tranked. Well, this is what happens when you try something new.
Asset being transported. Transporting asset.
Alright, hopefully that's all of them tranked.
Collecting asset.
Alright,
Delivery
so...
has been completed.
Coelophysis don't take up much space. Can honestly probably get away with just putting them in here. Just make a small little enclosure for these guys. And then we'll throw some water in here. Take out some of these trees. There we go. Ought to be good enough. Now we got to go through the painstaking process of moving all these things. There's one. There's a total of 9 of them. 2. 3. 4. 5. Let's see here. One's already being moved. 6. 7. Once it gets moved, there we go. That was a Struthy. And this one still needs tranked. Dang it. These buttons are a little annoying sometimes. There. Oh, it's because they're still putting them in here.
Asset transported.
So now you know, Coelophysis can't go in with Ceratosaurus.
Asset in transit. Transit has commenced. Acknowledged. Task received. Transportation underway.
Alright, so we'll give it a minute for all those to be moved.
Transporting asset.
Get that placed there. It's another Suchomimus ready to go. Need to rest up these scientists. Yeah, this is gonna... These are the things that end up costing you a bunch of time. It's when you have to deal with this kind of stuff.
Asset being transported. Asset transportation complete. Asset has been delivered. Request acknowledged.
There we go. So let's just speed up time for a minute while we're getting all this taken care of.
Asset delivery confirmed. Asset delivered.
These guys should be happy with this enclosure. They, like I said, they don't take much space. Yeah, see, the enclosure's big enough. They just need the rest of their friends to show up. And then that'll be fine.
Asset transportation underway. Asset transportation in progress.
Another Struthy died.
Setting additional task.
Oh, crap.
Assets in the air. Asset has been collected.
So you gotta watch out for this. Sometimes this will happen where it's an infected food source.
Asset has been transported. Transportation complete.
Luckily I was able to catch that. Struthy are dying left and right.
Confirmed.
The medication's available for salmonella, but I don't think anything's got it, so I'm not going to worry about researching it right this second.
Asset delivery.
Oh, well,
Heading to pick up the
my
asset.
Ceratosaurus just died of old age. Fantastic. I guess that solves that problem in a way.
Asset delivery confirmed.
And let's double check that these guys are doing alright. Yeah, see, they're 100% comfortable in here, so... It's a small little enclosure with these guys in it.
Asset transportation underway.
Gonna need more Ceratosaurus for in here. They don't need any extra friends, but you know, would be nice to have them have somebody.
Asset in transit.
No more common cold apparently.
Confirming asset delivery.
The Suchomimus is ready to go.
Asset to be collected.
And then let's see if we can get a Ceratosaurus going over here. Or a thing of Ceratosaurus. Because they usually incubate more than one at a time. We're supposed to get 1 to 4 for the Suchomimus, but for whatever reason, it's only ever given me 1. Or if it does give me more than 1, they all are aggressive.
Asset has been collected. En route to pick up the asset.
Now let's get that guy healed up.
Asset
Let's see what
transported.
we got here. We got 3 of them. And literally every single one of them is aggressive. Oh my gosh. That's getting really frustrating. Like, I would be so much closer to having 5 stars right now if I could actually get these Suchomimus out like I need them. But because they all seem to be getting the aggressive trait, and I don't really have a way of stopping that. I can't put out ones that are aggressive or they'll eat my baryonyx. Meanwhile, I have a ton of space left. And I have a total of 6 Suchomimus in here, so... Yeah, absolutely killing it on those. Our appeal is getting there. Accommodation rating could be a little better, so we need more hotels. Alright, 2 more Ceratosaurus coming out.
Request received.
Haven't checked on these guys in a minute. Let's see here. Oh, see, these compies actually need a few more. There they are. Rest up these scientists again.
Transportation underway.
Well, we actually got 2 this time, but we're gonna have to wait a second to release those. But we might as well go ahead and get more of them going.
Transportation complete.
Alright, so it'll just be a minute for the compies.
Transit
And we
has
can start
commenced.
working on this Suchomimus. We have 2 that are ready to go. Hopefully we get at least 1 from this next batch.
Asset delivered. Asset has been transported.
Nope. Both of them are aggressive. Release by airlift. Let's get all these things over here.
Acknowledging asset collection request. No problem.
The Ceratosaurus is ready to be moved. So let's get that put back in there. We got 4 minutes for that. We have a scientist that needs rested. Because of course we do. Constantly have scientists needing rested. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to go ahead and throw down another
Asset being transported.
hotel. Don't want to place them too close to each other in that really crowded area, so let's put them. Let's put one over here. If you put a bunch of things right next to each other, the area will get super crowded, and then you'll run into issues. So once again, only got 1 viable one. Now I just realized I don't have any Draco Rex in my zoo anymore, or park, or whatever you want to call it. I still haven't made my Changosaurus. These have a minimum population of 2, so let's go ahead and get those guys going. We're gonna put them right here.
Delivery has been completed.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that $1 million for 4 times, because we're not in any rush right now. Sometimes you get lucky on those things.
Assets in the air. Transportation complete.
Yeah, that should be big enough for at least 2 of them in there. These things don't require a ton of space. And we can fit maybe like a
Transportation in progress.
Velociraptor or something in here if we need to. The aggressive doesn't matter with these. Not going to be able to make it yet. It's my scientists are all being overworked. I can see that this person is... That person's almost needing rested too, so... I'm not even concerned about those things. We're at 3.6 stars. We're at 4 hours and 54 minutes, so I'm going to try to get another star. A star in like a quarter. In like an hour. We'll see what happens.
Commencing asset transit.
Really, the big thing is if we can get more species out. So right now we're only at 10 out of 20 species, so we're going to get quite a variety penalty. Yeah, right now our variety penalty is 4,200. So that would almost put us at 5 stars if we got rid of that variety penalty. So we just need to make some smaller enclosures for... I need to make one small enclosure for Dracorex, because that'll take us to 11. And then Changiausaurus is going to take us to 12. Maybe do another small species like a Velociraptor or something like that. Takes to like 13.
Asset has been delivered.
So we're getting there. We're definitely getting there.
Underway.
At this point in the game, like it's not
Asset has been collected.
it's not very difficult. It's just a matter of trying to make sure your park is
Asset
efficient.
delivery confirmed. Confirming asset delivery. Transporting
Like we have a
asset.
decent amount of space that's being wasted right here, but it's kind of hard to use that
Asset
space.
transportation complete.
But we still have all this room out here too.
Asset transported.
What's got low health? Something has low health, or at least it said it does. Well, the best way to check would be to do this. Well, why is this low on health? Okay, it's healing. It must have gotten into a fight.
Heading to collect the asset.
So there's 2 more Suchomimus. Stinking vehicle got destroyed. So let's replace that. Dang it. Still having issues with all my staff being overworked. I mean, it is because I'm trying to like pour stuff out super fast now. Another Struthy died. Not a
Asset
big
in
deal.
transit. Delivery has been completed. Asset being transported. Asset has been transported.
Alright, that should be big enough for some Dracorex. So we'll get some Dracorex ready to go for that. apparently this thing is injured. Let's get that healed up. Put both of them together to work on that. It's going to be this space right here that I don't know that I'm actually going to be able to get anything in there. I might be able to, but it's going to have to be something small. Maybe the Homalocephalae, which is an absolute mouthful.
En route to collect the asset.
Let's get some water in here. And then these guys, they need like some of this. I need some of this as well.
Transportation underway.
Something like that. We'll see if that works once they get put in there. See if we can actually make these yet. Nope.
The air.
Alright, what about now? There we go. So I'll have to wait for a second to release this guy.
Transporting asset. Asset transportation underway.
There we go. Draco Rex are perfectly content in here now, so just gotta wait until I get this fourth one in here just to be sure, but yep. They are completely happy in here, so that works. I need to make sure that I configure this. There we go. Alright, let's get this next Suchomimus out here.
Heading to collect the asset.
Baryonyx is still good.
Assets in the air.
Suchomimus still has more than enough space. We're going to be able to get way more of these things in here. Changilosaurus is ready to go.
Asset delivered.
Let's get rid of that tuberculosis.
Commencing asset transit.
We're going to have to get this thing healed up.
Picking up asset.
Rest this person. Might as well rest all of them, so that way they're ready to go. We've jumped up to 3.8 stars now, so you can see how adding in more species really jumps you up a bit. Now, these guys are pretty straightforward. They just need, from what I remember, they just need a little bit of water. They like rocks. Obviously, they're going to need a feeder.
Asset has been collected. Transit has commenced.
Just keep up with the Suchomimus.
Transportation complete.
And then do we have to research the Homalocephalae? I think we might, yeah. Not a big deal. We can do that when we need to.
Asset has been delivered.
The Changosaurus. Neat. Really great that we're bringing back all these fast, hungry predators. Even better that I get to stay in the office with locks on the doors.
Okay, you're gonna need to give it just a little bit more water. There we go. Now it's starting to find all the rocks. Let's get this Draco Rex
Asset
moved.
requiring collection.
We'll get that researched, because that'll be another pretty easy one to add to the park to get an additional species. We're at 12 now. Our appeal has jumped up. Haven't looked at our little maps here, so crowding is starting to get somewhere here, but not terrible. We need more amenities up here and over here. Drinks are really bad in this area. So get some drinks placed down. And then let's see here. We need
Delivery has been completed.
some drinks there. And then are we gonna need food? Yep.
Delivery complete.
We'll make sure all of that is powered. How are we looking on restrooms? Could use another restroom up here in this corner. Get that put there. Both of these have a minor fracture, damaged tooth. Let's get this in here to heal those. Just double check here to make sure. Should say 3 population. I don't know why it says 2, but there it says 3. Okay, needs just a tad bit more water. There we go. There. So, like I said, these guys don't need a ton, but they actually give a pretty stinking lot of, yeah, 506. Alright, and then we won't have any more fighting issues because this one got dominance, so that'll be taken care of. We have probably another Struthi that's dead.
En route
Yep.
to pick up the asset.
Alright, and then let's start searching for the Homalocephalae fossils. So we can get those put in here. Up there. There it is. And we were planning on potentially looking for Velociraptor anyways, so... we might end up with an extra couple Velociraptor fossils from searching for that, so... Up to 5 hours, 11 minutes. Man, we still haven't hit that 4-star mark yet.
Asset being transported.
Didn't realize I hadn't upgraded that one. Yeah, so we got one Velociraptor fossil and then a few of those. So we'll send those back out again. Alright, then let's see here. I really do think we're going to run into an issue with the species requirements. We are going to be taking quite a bit of a penalty from that. I'm hoping to avoid having to come up here. I'm hoping that we can kind of do it with the space that we already have. So Homalocephalae is going to go in here. And then I'm hoping that we can continue to put out more Suchomimus to get us where we need to be. I'm fairly certain we still have plenty of room left for these things. This will be our 10th one. I did say earlier that I figured we'd probably get about 10 of them in here.
Asset transportation in progress.
Ah, one of our Carnotaurus died. All right, we'll have to replace that. Let's sell this. Yeah, we're inadvertently getting some Velociraptor DNA here, so I mean it's fine. Kind of two birds, one stone kind of thing.
Confirming asset delivery. Assets in the air.
Okay, so this is finally reaching a point where we're going to have to start to adjust. So, there we go. And now let's take a look at our baryonyx. Make sure that they're still good, which they are. They have way more water than they need, so yeah, we're sitting solid here. We could get more. We could oh, that was a baryonyx, not a Suchomimus. These ones. Yeah, so they still have way more water than they need, so we could potentially get rid of some water and put more forest and get more of these things in here. Hey, Jurassic Aviator. Yeah, this map can be a little bit tough. The hardest part is the beginning. If you can get past the beginning, you'll be alright. because you get a lot more money on this one. As you can see, I'm on Jurassic Difficulty, and I have 28.5 million. Now you do have to be smart with which dinosaurs you use, because I mentioned it earlier. If you try to use like an Indominus Rex or something like that on here, you'll lose, because they just aren't very space efficient. You don't have enough space to use the large carnivores. Alright, let's see here. So we got all of these going. Let's get more of these bad boys. Cheaper synthesis, save ourselves a little bit of money. If we can keep fitting them in here, we might as well. Man, I'm getting more Velociraptor fossils than I am the Homalocephalae. And that's what I'm actually after. It's kind of annoying. I don't think you can get that anywhere else. There we go. Profit is raised 10% this month. Suchomimus is ready. Oh, come on, give me more than one. Nope. Just one again. So there's another 4 minutes to make that one. Alright, we need more, we need another hotel. I'm gonna put this hotel over here. Dang it. Alright, let's pause this for a second. Well, I'm trying to fix this. There we go. Alright, and then what is sick? It says there's something sick. There it is. Man, stinking crypto again. I think we're running out of, no? Why is this? What's going on here? There we go. Okay. I was gonna say there was something weird going on there. Yeah, virtual. This game can be pretty fun, but it can also be pretty challenging. So, and honestly, Jurassic Aviator, I'm not sure. They seem to be doing a lot when it comes to like dinosaur packs, but they haven't. Since the game came out, they haven't added in like any new content, like legit content, not just like dinosaurs and stuff. So I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna do anything else with it or not. I hope they do. I hope they put like an actual like big DLC out. But I'm not really holding my breath for it. You would think that they would, though. You would think that would be the smart thing to do, is play off of the hype that's going to be when that Dominion movie comes out, and put something in for that. I mean, at minimum, you'd think that we'll get another challenge mode park for Dominion, but I'm hoping that they add on to like the storyline and maybe make a big DLC with a lot of extra stuff. I mean, that would be the ideal situation, but not entirely sure. Why are these things fighting so much? Stinking hooligans. Alright, got another Suchomimus coming in here.
Set to be collected.
So this will be for the Homalocephalae.
Asset transportation in progress.
Whenever we actually get them complete. I do want to start keeping an eye on these. I do want to start keeping an eye on these Suchomimus when I put them in here.
Asset has been delivered.
I guarantee you're not lonely. It popped up saying it was lonely. I guarantee that's not an issue. Yeah. So far they're still good. So we can still keep putting more. Out of stinking 4, we can only make 1. Fantastic. Okay, we've almost gotten the Homalocephalae all the way up, but at the same time, it's almost gotten us the Velociraptor too, so wasn't even really trying for that, but I guess we'll take it. And we'll rest up a bunch of our scientists. It gives me a chance to refill my water. Yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. It's been kind of fun coming back and playing. What the crap? Playing this game again. It had been a while since I'd touched it, so it's nice when you leave a game for a period of time and then come back to it because it kind of makes it fresh again. When you play the same game every single day for a long period of time, it just gets old. I'm not the kind of person that can sit there and play the same game every single day. I don't know how some people are able to do that. Like, there are some games that, yeah, you know, like, they're grindy enough that you can keep at it most days. But, especially games like this where, I mean, to be honest, it is kind of the same thing most of the time. I can't bring myself to just sit there and keep playing the same thing every day. Yeah, virtual. Most people can't just sit there and do that. And I mean, I've said before that one of the big things with this channel that I'm you know been working on for so long is I would rather this channel take forever to grow than to sit here and play the same game every single day, because so many YouTubers get stuck with that. They focus their whole channel around one game, and then inevitably, you know, that game ends up either dying off or isn't as popular anymore. And then, you know, suddenly now those YouTubers, you know, they don't have any content to make. Let's see here. There's a shelter. So that's why I like to do like a little bit of everything on this channel instead of just doing one game all the time. I don't want to get trapped into that cycle where I have to play the same thing every single day, because I mean it's not good for anybody. Then, you know, you as the person watching, you know, you're just not going to find it as entertaining because I'm not going to find it entertaining anymore. I'm not going to be enjoying it, and I mean, it's just going to, you know, the quality will decrease from there. Which is why you see me jump from game to game sometimes. Sometimes I'll sit here and I'll play the same game for, you know, a few days or even a couple weeks, but there'll come a point in time where it's like, all right, got to move on to something else. Keep it fresh. Speed up time a little bit. We're really struggling to hit that 4-star for some reason. 5.5 hours. One of our dinosaurs died, but I don't know where. Because you can't see it with the snowstorm going on.
Asset collection request
Get these people resting up. Our dig team is almost back. There we go. Check out our fossils. There, we finally got all of them. Took long enough. Since we're already at it, we might as well just send this person out to get the rest of the Velociraptor fossils. We could find a spot to put those. We got room back here, potentially. I think the path goes right through here, so
asset transit.
yeah, I could potentially put the Velociraptors in here. Really wish this storm would end. Looks like it's slowly coming to an end, but alright, well, there we go. As soon as I said that, it went away.
Transportation complete.
Hey, we got 2 of them in the same go. Look at that. It's a miracle. Alright. Now our star rating will jump back up as our guests start coming out. Gonna need a bit more forest. So we just add a bit more in there. Need to undo a little bit of this, because otherwise our water will get too low. There we go. Alright, Homalocephalae is ready to go, so we can finally get that out. You'll be surprised just how much the our rating will jump from putting this out, because of the species penalty. That this is going to be an extra species in the park, so it's gonna jump our rating up a lot, even though this thing is like really small. Not necessarily because of its rating itself, but because it gets rid of the penalty that we get from not having enough species. Or at least a part of that penalty. Oh dang. My Carnos are dying.
Heading to pick up the asset.
I knew my one had died at one point, but man, only one left. I'm gonna have to make more of those.
Asset being transported.
Let's try to get those a-going. So that almost puts us at 100% with the raptor. And how many species are we up to now? We're at 12, so Homalocephalae will put us at 13. Yeah, here we go. So we're at 3.9 stars.
Collecting asset. Heading to pick up the asset. Asset to be collected.
I don't know what these guys need, so I'll have to wait for a second.
Transportation underway.
You've played all 18 games you had because of boredom? Man, that's a lot of games. Okay, so we could gain 4.6 million, but we would lose our Suchomimus egg, and a chance of losing minus 75% publicity rating. Or we could upset the criminals, which they'll probably end up like poisoning our dinosaurs. But if we do this, we could potentially we'll do this anyways.
Asset in transit.
I need to get in here to do more of these status checks.
This flat-headed dinosaur, the Homalocephale, can appear unassuming and perhaps even cute to some. But let's also stay on top of the science. We can learn a lot from a little.
All right, so it doesn't need any forest. So let's get rid of this forest completely. And then it needs ground leaf and ground fiber.
Asset transportation underway. Asset delivered.
And then it needs open space and water. There we go. Once all of them get in here and it starts to spread out, it should be good. Now we have to research the infected wound treatment. Need to trank this and move it.
Asset has been collected. En route to pick up the asset.
So this will fix the infected wound, and then we have to fix its hypothermia as well. There, so the infected wound is fixed. Now let's take a look here. These actually are going to need a bit more water.
Asset has been transported.
Okay. Apparently this probably has hypothermia as well.
Transit has commenced. Asset delivery confirmed. Heading to collect the asset.
All right, 2 more Suchomimus coming in here. And then, let's see here. This should be 100% with the Velociraptor. Yep, there we go. So we'll have 100% of the Velociraptor genome. And how are we not at 4 stars yet? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Our appeal has jumped like crazy, but somehow we didn't go up to 4 stars. Maybe it's our shops. Yeah, I bet you. Hang on, I bet you, if we configure our shops, I bet you we'll get up to it. As annoying as these things are to have to sit here and do, they do give quite a bit of money. 20, 22, 24. So whatever the 24 was. 29. 29.5. And then let's see here. $11, $13, $18, $18. So let's do. That was the wrong thing. 20, 21, 26, 27. Yeah, there we go. So now let's take a look here. Restrooms are good. Shelter coverage could be a little better over here. Amenity coverage is honestly fairly decent. Could use some drinks down in this area, apparently. And we need some amenities over here. Let's get this Trankton moved so we can get it healed. And then let's go ahead and unpause it. Now this should jump us up to 4 stars. And once the Velociraptor's ready, I suppose we can look at making a Velociraptor. I don't know that this is going to be big enough. Is the problem. I feel like it'd be a little too crammed in there. I mean, we do still have all this room over here. It'd be nice to not have to use it.
Asset has been delivered. Asset has been collected.
Okay. So this one is content.
I never
Alright,
had
we're up to 4 stars.
abilities, but I didn't document in various reports.
Alright, so now I think we're reaching our limit here. We can expand this water out. There we go. That's like right on the threshold there.
And I can admit
So we
when
can't
I'm
do any more
wrong,
Suchomimus.
but as long as I have a delete button, I really don't have to. Keep up the good work. You're clearing up my hard drive.
So no more Suchomimus. 14 was the max here, and we got it right on the line. So 14 of them. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount.
That roar you hear isn't a T-Rex, but a cheer for your dedication and hard work in completing that objective. Okay, maybe it is a T-Rex, but my appreciation still remains.
All right, let's get this guy moved over here.
En route to collect the asset.
Yeah, the problem is they keep going back here. I might end up needing the viewing tower. Now what died? Ah, Megalosaurus died.
Asset collection request received.
Yeah, definitely in the last leg now, Jurassic Aviator, like you said. So let's take a look here. We're at 72% of our appeal. We need another, what, like 4,000? We're losing 4,800 from our variety penalty. So if we can find a way of getting a few more species into the park, then we'll be good. Problem is, don't really know what other species to use because we're running out of space, as is the problem with this. Velociraptor we could use. Troodon doesn't take much space. I already have Compies and I have the Coelophysis. So I guess I could make a few different, like, small carnivores. Would probably be the way to do it. Like Proceratosaurus doesn't take much space. Herrerasaurus doesn't take much space. Dilophosaurus doesn't either. So, yeah, let's start working on that. We're gonna do a bunch of like small carnivores. And what that's going to do is just basically start to get rid of that, variety penalty gone, and then, yeah, we should jump right up to 5 stars from that. Now, the problem's going to be finding, I mean, honestly, I'm probably going to have to use this space. I don't think there's going to be any way around it. I try not to use that if I don't have to, just because, the, shelter coverage can become a bit of a pain. But I don't think we're going to have a choice. We're just going to put, like, probably 4 or 5 enclosures up here of just, like, really small enclosures of, like, the smaller carnivores.
Asset transported.
Just for their species to be added to our collection. Yeah, see, like, this one says, like, oh, it says you could put Allosaurus in here with these, but that never ends up going very well. This Carno died.
Asset requiring collection.
And then, like, these say that you can put,
Asset transportation.
yeah, these say that you can put Allosaurus in with them as well, but it never goes well. They always end up eating each other. Alright, so that'll put Dilophosaur good enough for us. And then, let's see here, Deinonychus. So yeah, let's start building this area up a little bit. We're at 5 hours and 45 minutes.
Transporting asset. Delivery has been completed.
And I'll have to build them one at a time just to make sure that it ends up being enough space. Last thing you want to do is cram all this stuff in here and then it not be enough space.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
So there's 3 more Carnos coming into there. Let's double check in here, make sure that we... Yeah, let's go ahead and start getting these Velociraptors going.
Asset in transit.
Okay. I don't care. I'm going to pick all of them. Put this welfare specialist on the task. And then let's go ahead and do the Dilophosaur. So we'll make the Velociraptor enclosure a little bigger than the other ones. Yeah, we might end up doing some Arc PvE again at some point.
Asset transportation underway. Asset delivered.
So there can be the Velociraptor enclosure. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do. How many do these need? They have a minimum population of 3. These have a minimum population of 2. So I don't need to pick necessarily all of these. I'll pick 4 of them. Let's get those going. And then we're going to go ahead and get the viewing gallery going here. Let's get this path connected.
Transportation underway. Confirming asset delivery.
There we go. So that'll get us Deinonychus, and then let's see here, Trudon. Because we know we have the rating already. Now it's just a matter of just getting the additional species.
Heading to collect the asset. Asset transportation complete.
There we go.
Asset being transported.
Yeah, Jurassic Aviator. Ark is a really good game. I really enjoy it. It's one of those games where you can sink a ton of hours into it, and then you start to get bored with it. You take a break from it, and you come back to it again, and it's kind of fresh again. So I play it off and on the channel.
Transporting asset.
The game is also way better when you have people to play with. So.
When the dinosaurs are in the enclosures and behaving, they're not my problem. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. This latest objective can help our work. Read up on it. Do what you can. Hopefully, the healthier the dinosaurs are, the less likely we'll have behavioral issues like breakouts. Content dinosaurs are the kind we can manage.
Just like I did earlier, I'm going to let that get most of the way built before I actually connect it.
Complete.
This dinosaur, the Dilophosaurus, has a distinctive neck frill it can expand when it senses danger. It's also been known to spit into the eyes of its prey, blinding it before it goes in for the kill.
Asset delivery confirmed.
There we go. Alright, let's double check these guys. Alright, they're gonna need more space. This isn't gonna be big enough. I knew I was taking a chance here.
Asset has been transported.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be way too small. We'll give that a second for them to start to spread out.
En route to collect the asset. Collecting asset. Asset transportation underway.
All right, this probably will be enough room once they spread out a little bit more, because they haven't gotten this area back here yet.
Asset in transit.
Oh, need to undo that. There we go. All right, so they're fairly content with that. Let's go ahead and connect this. Oh, of course it doesn't want to. There we go. So we let that connect. Let's see, what died now? Oh, it was a Suchomimus. Not a big deal.
Picking up asset.
Okay. They still haven't found that back corner yet, so
Asset transported.
let's double check the raptors here.
Everyone knows I have a soft spot for this dinosaur, the Velociraptor, and they get a bad rap as far as I'm concerned. But if you imprint early enough, you can make real connections with them.
Once
Other
these
than
spread out,
Claire,
they'll be happy as
raptors
well.
are the most intelligent partners I've ever had.
Oh, really?
And like her, they could kill me in the blink of an eye. That's a joke.
I had like 30 seconds to go before I completed that one mission, and then that popped up.
Confirming asset delivery.
All right, another Megalosaurus died here, so need to put a gate on here so they can get in.
Commencing asset transit.
Need to put a gate on this one as well. Says that these are missing forests, but they haven't went back there in their forest corner yet, so great. The game knows I'm getting close to finishing this, so it's starting to throw all sorts of diseases and stuff at me. Can't let ourselves get distracted here. Alright. Do we have any other species available? Deinonychus.
Assets in the air.
You can see where our star rating is starting to jump up quite a bit. We're at 4. Well, we went back down to 4.1, but still. Yeah, our appeal is almost there from putting out these extra species. So now it's going to be a matter of doing accommodation ratings and all that. So just kind of building up some of this stuff.
Complete.
Putting in a hotel. Come over here and get all of those ready to go. we're going to do all of our amenities. Need to do a restroom.
Has been completed.
We need to do a shelter. Gonna come through and check my amenities just to make sure. I feel like we could probably get some more money out of these areas. Yeah, we need another food shop down here. There we go. Might be running out of power again. Yep. Right, no more tuberculosis in the park. Let's get this built. Now we're working quickly. We can see the end in sight. Alright, so we have Deinonychus and Troodon are both ready. And then if we put a viewing gallery in here. Like so. And then let's fix this fence a little bit so it makes a little bit more sense. There we go, and connect that. Then we can start to get this moved. So this will be our 5 Deinonychus here. We know that they're going to need water. We know that they're going to need a feeder, so we can take care of that pretty quickly. Go ahead and unpause. Go.
Asset transportation in progress.
And then let's get Troodon being made. Let's get this, pause it for a second to get this set up. 14, 19. Yeah, 19 is going to be the most. 22, 26. And there's a 30,000. Double check that these are all set up like they should be. Because those really will make a huge difference for you. Want to double check our guest appeal here. Shelter coverage could be a bit better. And then this needs adjusted. $35, $41, $58. So let's do the 58 one. $66. There we go. Every little bit helps. 25. 36, 47. Let's do that one. 55, 66. Yeah, it'll be 66. And then, let's see here. 1,200. Just got to eke out every little bit of money we can find. 31. I know this may not be the most exciting, but this is a necessary evil in order to win. So, there we go.
Asset being transported.
Okay, so these raptors are going to need a little bit more space. I tried to cram them in as tight as I could, but I made it a little too tight.
Transportation underway.
I try not to do this unless I have to, but we're running out of space here, so. Man. Still need just a tiny bit more. I mean, as long as we can keep these things from breaking out.
Asset has been collected. Asset has been delivered.
This dinosaur is important for a number of reasons. I mean, they're all important, but this one, the Deinonychus, was the center of debate among paleontologists for many years. Specifically, were the dinosaurs cold-blooded or warm-blooded animals? With them alive and in the park, we have our answer.
Alright, and then we need this
Assets in the air.
other enclosure back here
Asset delivery confirmed.
for our Troodons. I can always adjust this if need be, but at this point I'm just trying to fly to the end because we are so close to getting that 5 stars. We're right at 6 hours. The par time is 13 hours, so if we can hit it in under 6.5, I mean that means that we would have went twice as fast as we needed to.
Delivery complete.
Crap, I still didn't do it. Yeah, these guys are getting uncomfortable. That's not good. I was a little too stingy with the space. God dang it.
asset has been transported.
Yeah, it's still just not enough space. Hang on, I got an idea. Man, can you just give me the option of automatically refilling this? Alright, we're gonna sell a couple of these raptors. They only need a pack of 2. And that'll decrease the amount of space that they need. So
Security is about attention to detail, something you clearly understand.
okay, these guys didn't even give it a chance. They never even fully explored their space. I mean, to be fair, they are pretty lacking on pretty much everything. I might have really screwed up here.
Asset collection request received. Asset requiring collection.
How many do these need? God dang it. I knew that putting these stupid raptors into here was going to be an issue.
Collected. En route to collect the asset. Heading to collect the asset. En route to pick up the asset.
Alright. What are we lacking on here? Our rating has went down. Yeah, we really need to get this Trudon in here, is the problem. How many do these things require? 4. Okay. I was pretty sure there was a way of seeing like what their population requirement was in here, but whatever. Well, this guy's
Transit
dead.
has commenced. Transporting asset.
God dang it. This is so frustrating. And these buttons, man. The controls are a big time pain.
Acknowledging asset collection request. Understood.
Alright, now what's going on here? Needs more forest. Needs more water. There, and then you should have enough open space. Those are being moved. The Troodon should be ready.
Asset to be collected.
Stupid thing is going to try to break out. This is how everything goes wrong, is right here at the end when you're trying to finish out everything.
Asset transportation underway. Asset being transported.
My appeal is at 95% now, so like I need less than 1,000 more appeal.
Asset transportation in progress.
Alright, I'm out of emergency
Asset
shelters.
transportation complete.
What has died?
Asset has
Struthies.
been delivered. Task received.
Ceratosaurus.
Asset transit.
Okay, what the crap is going on? Oh my gosh, why did this break out? So I know these raptors are content now. Yeah, this is how it goes, man. Everything just kind of blows up in your face. I need just like a little bit more appeal. I need my Megalosaurus to come back out because I lost a few of these. I can use more Ceratosaurus, so let's get those going. And then let's take a look here. Oh, well, apparently I can't look at anything because a dinosaur is out. I also need one more Deinonychus. I think it said my Ceratosauruses are ready. I hate Velociraptor so much. They're never gonna... Oh, I was gonna say, they're never gonna trank this stupid thing because it's so hard to hit.
Adding to the list. Confirming asset delivery.
Personally, I don't think the Troodon gets as much respect as it should. It's one of those dinosaurs that seems like an evolutionary bridge, stuck in time and transition. The platypus of its day. And now, ours. It's also incredibly interesting to study and display, so make the most of this animal.
Asset delivered. Commencing Commencing asset transit.
Alright, let's see here. God dang it. My scientists aren't available for that guy.
Where I step out, you step in. I've done my part by introducing you to the latest objective. Now, you do yours. You can measure our success by our head count. Especially the ones that are still attached to the neck, huh? So let's strive for that.
Transporting asset. Assets in the air. Asset transported.
Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, we had basically hit our appeal at one point, but now we're down a little bit. Dinosaur welfare is only at 99 because of those stupid Deinonychus. Our shop coverage could be a lot better though, so let's start working on that. So let's see here. And of course I would find like the one little dead zone for power. There we go, so got those in there. I can't really do much of anything about this, which is why this map is very frustrating sometimes. Yeah, I can't do much of anything about this area. Yeah, well, look at this building constraints. It's so bad. Like, there's no way that that's interfering. I'm not going to be able to fit anything in here. So that's just going to have to stay as it is. I can't fit anything in there, even though it looks like you could. Go. Yeah, I mean, the space requirements in this map are...
Asset in transit.
It really is what kills you. The money, I mean, you can see I have $34 million. Money is not an issue in the slightest. The issue is the amount of space that you have.
Delivery has been completed. Asset being transported.
The Trudon are good. I have 4 minutes for those. What the heck is going on with this thing? That Ceratosaurus is mad for no reason. Okay, cool. This Deinonychus has to come all the way over here, so that's going to take a hot minute.
Asset delivery confirmed.
I'll give them a little bit more space.
Asset transportation underway.
I wasn't certain you'd be able to tackle that last objective, but you've proved me wrong. Either way, it's a win for me, huh?
Alright, the shelter coverage could be a little better, but I can't do much about that. Everything else is good there. The appeal rating is almost there. Yeah, we're almost where we need to be. What time? We're 6 hours and 12 minutes. So as long as I make sure that all of these are configured. Which is really annoying that I have to sit here and do this over and over again, but, you know. It'd be nice if there was just a way to just configure it automatically each time. I mean, once you've figured out how to do this, it's not hard, it's just annoying and tedious. I get that it's another thing of, like, management, but really it's more of a just tedious thing that you have to do each time rather than it actually be fun to do. Yeah, so that one's gonna be in the negatives. That one is already set up. Those are good. Those ones are good. $11,000. 15. So let's do that 15. And is there any more? Nope. Okay. And then we configure this one. 39. 8,000. 10,000. Oh, 13,000. There we go. And then we need to configure these other ones that were up front up here. Okay, can't really configure that one anymore. As silly as this seems, it actually is how you end up getting 5 stars. So you have to go back and reconfigure these sometimes. It's so tedious, but, I mean, it's what you gotta do. There we go, 15,000. And then, let's see if we can configure this. I don't know that we're gonna be able to configure this one. Yeah, this one's not getting enough guests to be able to be profitable. So we need the 5,000 one, 9,000, and 10,000. There we go. And then let's see here. Did I put two? I put two burgers next to each other. Toys, burgers. This needs to be switched to drinks. But there's literally no demand for it, so I'm gonna just deactivate this one for now. All right. That kind of did give me a chance to cool down, because I was getting frustrated there for a second with everything going wrong. So it gave me a chance to level my head again.
Transit has commenced.
So, once this third Deinonychus gets in here, hopefully that'll be enough room. These Velociraptor are fine now. These guys are fine now. The Troodons are fine now. Once these Megalosaurus come out, that's going to boost us up a bit. Our Ceratosaurus need more prey. Otherwise, they're good. Can we fit any more Carnos in here? Yeah, let's make more Carnos. We can fit more Carnos in there.
Collecting asset.
Get that taken care of. We're at 4.5 stars. I mean, we're so close.
Transportation complete.
There. Was finally able to manipulate that to get it to where we needed it. So the Deinonychus are finally happy.
Asset has been collected.
Everything's happy there. All right. .6 stars. Let's see. We're at 98% of our appeal. Restroom coverage has gone down just a little bit, so let's see where we can put some more restrooms. There's like one little tiny spot right there. Really? Are you not going to let me put this anywhere? Of course. There we go. Looks dumb, but it works, so. I think these Carnos are ready. Don't have the scientists I need right this second. Although I could do this. Could upgrade my staff just a little bit. We're at 4.7 stars. Oh, now we're back down to 4.6. 98% appeal. Alright, we got Megalosaurus coming out. Needs a tad bit more rock, a tad bit more forest. There we go. Alright, the Megalosaurus are happy. Scientists are ready here. Let's get that guy going.
Asset requiring collection.
Now, there's honestly, at this point, it gets to be to where there's not a whole lot between you and 5 stars. Yeah, I'm at 109% appeal. Accommodation rating. Hang on. So, I need to build another hotel. We get this hotel built, and we might have 5 stars. Might. I don't know if I want to build it back there, because I don't have a ton of room. Here we go. All right, that might do the trick. That might get us to 5 stars.
Asset transportation in progress.
What's being... I've been moving so many things around, I don't even know what's being transported. Oh, I bet you it was that Struthy that died. Okay, so there's the hotel. We're still at 4.7 stars. We need a bit more amenities, but I don't really have a place to put them. So everything is so stinking tight in here. We're at 105% appeal. Where are our shelters at? All right, we got 2 Carnotaurus ready. Let's get these transported into here.
Picking up asset.
Yeah, something is hanging me up here. And I'm not sure what. My appeal went back down. I'm guessing it's because some stuff is not visible.
Transportation underway.
Alright, we need to get that avian pox taken care of.
Hello. I'm going to assume that you know me, or more precisely, know of me. My name is Dr. Ian Malcolm, and dinosaurs have become my life. Not voluntarily, mind you. In science, a big part of the process is in knowing which questions to explore and which ones to leave alone. But there's no question that this new objective is the exploring kind.
So yeah, this is where things get a little tough here too. So you get a little stuck sometimes, where you should have everything you need to have 5 stars, and yet you don't.
Asset has been transported.
So I'm guessing, if I had to guess, somewhere our shops are probably not doing what they need to do. Yeah, see? Because everything else was where I needed it to be. It was this stinking shop. That one looks like it's good. Let's see here. I don't think there's going to be any way for me to get this one not negative. This is a major pain. Let's unpause it again and see if that one did the trick, because that was a pretty good amount of money. The other option is I could potentially fire a couple scientists, because I think that helps.
I've heard that you continue to do well and are helping make real progress. I suppose you should be congratulated, but I've seen this before, so you also have my warnings. You really aren't seeing what's being accomplished in the name of science.
At 4.8
in the bottle, and if you try, take your head off.
We are so close. Yeah, I can't really do anything with the shelter. The restrooms are good. The transport is good. I could try putting another gift shop right in here. Let's get this built. We're at 6 hours and 21 minutes. We have 9 minutes to figure out what's going on here. When in doubt, add more dinosaurs. Even though I don't think that that's the issue, couldn't hurt. There's another 12,000. 13, 15, 17. Yeah, and that'll about do it. Come on. We're at 4.8. What is our appeal at? Our appeal's at 108%. So, I mean, we have all the dinosaurs we need. Our guest comfort is 94%. Our guest approval is 100%. Our drink rating is a bit low. It's like a spot there that it's low. We could fix that. Maybe. I was gonna say, don't tell me that the game's not gonna let me put something here. Okay, the Metriacanthosaurus batch is ready. Get those guys rested just in case. I would hope that we were almost done, but... Alright, we're at 4.9. There's 42. 66. Well, there's a 9,000. Oop, there's a 10,000. 15, 17. 20, 22. Come on, 22's got to do it. It's all these small changes and small additions is what it takes sometimes. Just gotta let this take effect. It does take a minute sometimes to register. Especially if I can get this healed. None of my dinosaurs are sick. Everything is happy. Come on. It's got to be 5 stars, right? No? Somehow? Oh, there it goes.
This is why you are here.
There we go.
5 stars. 5 stars.
All right.
We not only have dinosaurs, we have an exceptional park where people can visit them. That's thanks to you. And you being a team player. My team, huh?
6 hours and 23 minutes. Not terrible. Thanks, Virtual. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that, I mean, I don't know if I could do it much faster, but I mean, yeah, 6 hours, 23 minutes is a pretty solid run. So, if you need to see what the park looks like, I mean, I used up every bit of space I possibly could. So, I mean, yeah, it's that's what makes this park tough, is the space requirements. Like I said, you have to be very cautious about using too much space. And yeah, you have to pick which dinosaurs you use very carefully. So, yeah, we freaking knocked that out of the park, though. Yeah, knocked it out of the Jurassic Park. Yeah, I'll see myself out. All right, so yeah, we completed that one. So, yeah. Megalosaurus hiding in here in the trees. These things are pretty cool. Nice. Alrighty. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that virtual. I think you said that you hadn't played this game before. So, yeah, hopefully that gave you a good idea of what this game is like. I mean, it can be very, very frustrating at times. But yeah, I mean, this is the hardest difficulty there is, so it doesn't really get any crazier than this. But yeah, I think honestly that's a pretty good spot to call it. We got our 5 stars. We'll go back here to the main menu so we can see our time on the main menu. Just nice peaceful bird sounds. At least I hope that's in the game. It's kind of what it sounds like out here where I live right now, so might not necessarily be in the game. Yeah, so if we go to challenge mode, and that was the Northwest USA on Jurassic Difficulty, you can see, yep, 6 hours and 23 minutes was our fastest completion time, and I mean it came in under half the time that they wanted you to come in on, so pretty stinking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits there. Thanks for watching today, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We'll be back playing this again, probably again next week at some point. So hope to see you guys there. And yeah, until then, take care, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.